Joanna didn't like how tough was edited. She felt like she wasn't portrayed well in the edit of tough. Was it pretty accurate? Did you think it was pretty much how that's how it happened?
It's exactly how everything happens there, you know. She said what she said and they film, you know. All she can do is regret for the rest of her life, but she really said everything and she really did everything.
Let's talk about the first fight, because there were a few factors in that fight. Obviously there were some eye pokes, there was also a headbutt at the end of that fight that had a big effect on the outcome. How do you see this rematch going? And with those factors, do you think that you'll be coming out clearly as the winner in this one?
I think Joanna will try to escape from me the whole time. You know, I'm sure she's going to put her fingers on my eyes like she always does. But I'll do my game, you know, I'm ready for this. I won the first fight, and I'll show everybody who's the best.
I've been thinking about it, and I'm just curious, what do you think about 5 rounds instead of 3? Obviously, you've got a lot of muscle. Are there any concerns about having to perform 5 rounds instead of the 3?
If you watch my fight with her, I got better in the second and third round, you know. In the third round, I was flying. If we had 2 more rounds there, she couldn't stand with me the whole time, you know. So that's what I think. She's not use it to do the things I do, you know. She's not using it to fight someone like me, really explosive and strong. And I'm sure she will feel that, not me.
Joanna seems to like to get into her opponent's heads a little bit, and she's tried it with you, but it doesn't seem to be working so much with you. Why is that? And you don't think it'll affect you in the fight at all, right?
I think the mind game is part of Joanna's game inside the octagon. And she tried everything with me and didn't work. You know, I just don't pay attention for the things that she says. I don't think she says nice things, you know, like nothing that she says get in my head. I don't care about the things that she says. And that might be bad for her because she needs that to fight well.
Claudia, given the first fight and watching other contenders get the championship opportunity, did you feel frustrated at the time that you didn't get this title fight sooner, or are you happy with the way things have turned out and this is a big card you're on?
I'm happy, you know, I'm happy the way they did everything. I only had one fight after fight Joanna, and I think it was the toughest one. You know, Jessica Aguilar is one of the best ever. You know, and they gave me her, and they said if you can beat her, I give you the title shot. So that's what I did. I worked so hard. I beat Jessica Aguilar, and here I am.
You know, I likes to do different stuff at the weigh-ins. What are you expecting from her on Thursday at the weigh-ins?
I don't know. I just want to do my job, you know. I'm not waiting for anything, you know. I'm not training for the things that she does. I'm doing my things, and she can have a surprise from me also, you know.
What would it mean for you to be Brazil's female UFC champion?
What it would mean to me?
Yeah.
Would it mean a lot of things, you know. To myself, first, it would mean a lot of things because I've been through a lot of things to be here. It's very hard to be an MMA fighter in Brazil, and to be a female MMA fighter, it's even harder. And I'm in the road for a while. I'm working so hard for so long, and I've been through bad things to be here today. So conquer that belt would mean everything to me.
In this past year, how did you stay active with this task in mind of returning and making yourself a champion against Sean?
I think I changed it a lot. You know, I improved as a fighter. I'm more mature as an adult, and a lot of things changed it because when I fought her first time, I learned a lot, and I think you lose more when you learn more when you lose, you know. So they gave me that loss in my record, and that taught me a lot of things, and I learned how to train and to train specifically for each fight that I had.
She said that she wants to be a 2-division champion, fight at 125. Do you feel that means she's looking past you for this fight?
I think she's dreaming too much. A lot of melatonin.
So you might have a surprise for her at weigh-ins, you said? You may have a little something for her?
I never do anything, you know. If you watch my weigh-ins and my fights, I don't like mind games, you know. Like I have been saying, you know, I grew up in the BJJ philosophy, and I learned to be very respectful with my opponents with the coaches, and Iona is completely different than me, you know. So she kind of bothered me with that, and I never did nothing, you know. But if she does things to me, I'll do things back to her.
What do you think of a 125-pound division for women as it is? There's not one in the UFC. Would you be in favor of having one in the UFC? You think it'd be a good idea?
I think it would be a great idea. UFC and the whole world has some great fighters in that division. Some 135ers could fight in the 125 as well. A couple 115 fighters could fight in the 125, like Valerie, JoJo. You know, they look great in the 125. I'm so happy to see them fighting in that division. And also we have great fighters in the 135 that can go down, and great 125ers as well. You know, Claudia Gadelha just signed with the UFC. She trains with me, and she's a great fighter. I'm excited to see her and other girls in that division.
You know, I was obviously undefeated, and you were undefeated for a really long time. How did suffering a loss for the first time affect your mindset and how you approach the fight game? And her being undefeated, do you think that kind of changes things for her, like how she approaches a fight being undefeated?
I'll tell you what, in my mind and my heart, I am undefeated. I never lost a fight in my life. To me, I lost this fight to the judges, not to Joanna. If you watch this fight 100 times, you know, there's no way she beat me the first time. You know, the only thing she did was that knockdown in the last 10 seconds of the first round. If you watch the whole fight, you know, I dominated everything, you know. So I don't see that loss in my mind and in my heart, but it is in my record. So that made me learn a lot and made me wanna give that back to her.
So how important is it for you to not let this fight go 5 rounds, knowing that you feel you lost to the judges and not an opponent, and you don't want that to happen again, obviously?
I think this changed my training camps, you know, the way I'm training. I'm training to knock people out and submit people instead of, you know, winning fight by the points. That's the only thing that changes in my game. But other than that, it's all the same. I'm not gonna be thinking about the judges while I'm fighting. I'm gonna think about what I have to do in the fight to win the fight.